We are going to start with your salient AR at the 50-yard line.
Okay.
We're going to put 2 shots on each of the silhouette pieces of steel. There are 3 of them. Every time you get done with the rifle, you're going to throw it on safe, put it down. You're going to run to that first box, clear the dueling tree with your handgun. Back to the rifle for a second time. 2 shots on each of the silhouettes. On safe, down. Go to the second box, grab your handgun, shoot the plate rack. All those things have to fall. Back to the rifle for the 3rd time. 2 shots on each of the silhouettes. And then you are coming back to the Texas Star. On the right-hand side of the box is going to be the JM Pro Series 12 gauge. And we're going to shoot the star plates off. And then you're going to come back to the Mossberg 308 for 2 hits on steel at 300 yards. And there's going to be some wind, and I'm relying on you to call my wind right, because I know I'm going to call your wind right. Am I going to have to do exactly the opposite of what you tell me to do?
More than likely.
All right, let's get this thing done, man. I've been waiting way too long for this, brother. Come on, baby. Dead center.
Got it.
Ah, there was more wind than I thought. So how fun was it to be back on the clock?
It was refreshing. Very refreshing.
I loved it.
Because when I shoot by myself, I don't really put myself on the clock.
No, I understand that. You beat me by 0.3 of a second. With 153 seconds that we were running around and shooting.
But what were the first 3 words you said?
Hey, by the way.
What?
I think the only reason you beat me is because of my wind call.
That's not true.
No, I think it is. I mean,
No,
I know it
it's
is,
not
actually.
true.
There's no way that you were going to make that.
Maybe you just suck. You ever thought about that?
No, I mean, well, what does that say about you if you only beat me by 0.3 of a second?
It says I'm a nice guy and I like to let people win and feel good about themselves sometimes.
I don't know about that. I'm going to get you next time, that's for sure.
Yeah, whatever.
Sometimes in the airport, I'll see servicemen and women in uniform, and a traveler will thank them for their service. And I think that's great. But what about the men and women that come home and they take off that uniform? Don't they also deserve our gratitude? I'm passionate about going the extra mile to recognize those brave men and women that have served our great country. As Americans, now is the time that we need to stand united and stronger more than ever before and do the same. Ask yourself today, what have you done to personally give back or give a hand up to the brave men and women that have fought, bled, and in some cases paid the ultimate price for our freedoms.
The new NRA News, coming September 8th.
I'm seeing a lot of people kind of being more receptive to it and kind of looking at shooting in a way that they hadn't really thought about before. It's interesting seeing some of the comments.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you experienced it in our annual meeting. We were going around talking to people there. They would show videos to us of them doing their version of athletic shooting.
Yeah.
It's cool. We've definitely had an impact on the entire world of shooting, I think, as far as informal shooting goes. I mean, it's neat.
Here's the thing, though. Because of people like you and a ton of other people, I get to run around with an AR in my hand like a moron and shoot at still targets all day, right? I feel like we've reached a point now where we're kind of oddly complacent. And we've relegated ourselves to just simply being social media advocates.
Right.
No one's actually really talking to each other.
You're gonna have a chance to talk to young people who right now are not engaged. They might not know a single name of a Supreme Court justice. They might not know anything from a political perspective, but you have the chance of changing that, and obviously they are the future.
For me, one of the most important things is kind of even getting out in the gun community, right?
Right.
It's not like I haven't been in the gun community, but really getting out there and talking to the influencers. As a community, we kind of need to come together and have a unified voice about exactly what it is that we need to protect. We've got to be able to critique ourselves without getting our feelings hurt.
Right.
Because what ends up happening is we just, on the world stage, end up looking like a bunch of little kids arguing with each other.
Right.
And no one takes us seriously.
Right.
And before you know it, the right that we so cherish and love, gone.
The cool thing is you have the platform to make it happen, so.
And I feel I'd be doing the platform an incredible disservice if I didn't do this.
Right. I'm excited about it because it needs to happen, and I honestly, truly believe you're the guy to get it done.
I would never do anything to infringe on the rights of sportsmen and women in this country.
I think it's pretty safe to say that in this day and age, the idea that guns are inherently fun to shoot is pretty undeniable. It's to the point now where, just like car and gadget reviews, gun reviews have become their own source of entertainment. However, no one is trying to systematically ban your Mini Cooper or Galaxy Note Edge. While watching Hickok 45 shoot still chickens with a suppressed Vepr 12 shotgun, or Larry Vickers pounding away at a target with an HK MR556 would be great fun, let's not forget that in '94, the assault weapons ban would have banned all of these guns, the same ban they tried to reinstate in 2013. I can see the hunting guy in his fluorescent orange-colored Gucci hunting vest shrugging his shoulders like, I give two shits about a tactical AR. Now realizing that all it takes for them to want to ban his beloved gun of choice is a DC sniper copycat and a bunch of clueless anti-gunners realizing that the 30-06 can punch a hole through space and time. It's this form of tactical Jim Crow-style segregation where if you don't shoot that kind of gun, you don't care what happens to it, that will cause us to all lose our rights. Ironically, most guns are separate but pretty equal. Take this Blaze 47 from Mossberg, which in my hands is fun personified. To your common mouth-breathing, gun-hating politician, this is an evil AK-47 assault weapon, but in reality, it's nothing more than a damn good time. It's simply a .22 long rifle dressed in AK-47 clothing, the same .22 long rifle that most avid hunters grew up hunting rabbits with. Yet in '94, under the assault weapons ban, this rifle would have been banned for no other reason than it has a pistol grip and a collapsible stock. Admittedly, I, along with the rest of the gun culture and community, have started taking the gun for granted. We've enjoyed the benefits of the work done by those great defenders of the right who came before us. You can love Glock and she can love M&Ps, but just remember, in the grand scheme of things, we're all in this together. So stand, fight, and have fun. Feel free, anybody, to chime in, ask any questions as we start to get to learn each other a little bit better. So this is open forum, so we can go at it. Many people consider the gun community a subculture. However, I disagree. The gun community is the national culture, because last I checked, no other subculture can say they were protected by our Constitution. Which is why the gun community should be leading the national conversation about guns, and doing so in a way the rest of America can relate to. Here's a taste of the people I brought together and am going to visit over the next few episodes. Before we can start talking to the rest of America about guns, we first have to get on the same page about the message. And in this season of Noir, that's exactly what I plan to do.
I wanted to give as many people different voices as possible so that the rest of the world can see just how multifaceted the community is as a whole and start to take control of the narrative that's been going out.
Next week on Noir. I begin my tour of the gun community by shooting with world champion shooter BJ Norris and head down to the border for an up-close look at where Mossberg makes the magic happen.